Hi everyone. This is Mary. Welcome back to my channel. I know, long time no see. I just got into a conundrum of not even working on anything at my desk lately. So, actually, where I did start a video, but it got really long, and so I could have probably edited down a little bit more, but I didn't. And so I just thought I'd just start all over again. I'm not sure where I left off before, but I think I just sort of showed you a little bit of what was going on. And I did let you know that now I have my own craft room just all to myself. And believe it or not, today I've actually started in, and I know I've been saying this now for a few videos, but I really have been trying very hard to get everything organized, and that is just taking a little bit more time than I thought it would. And I really was hitting on it pretty hard today to get most of my things put away, but I also had to help my husband put in a new stove hood for our stove. So, and that looks pretty nice. We were without one for a while, and but anyway, we have one now. Makes it so much better when you're cooking and when you've got light on what you're working on. Okay, so what I'm going to do today is something that I saw on Scrapbooking with Me, and I'll link her channel on the description of mine, and she made something that like, you know, like old-timey tape that you would find like on a really old package or an old envelope. You know how some of that tape would turn yellow or brown looking. And I'm working today with a piece of vellum. This is just kind of like a guide to help me not go too far over. And I'm also working with a double sticky kind of tape, but when you're working with something like this, I thought, well, I'm going to try some double-sided, just regular double-sided tape. But the problem with this is, if you're not going to be using these strips anytime soon, then it's best to have a backing on your double-sided tape. So I was also waiting for this to come in, and I got this the other day. So I ordered this from scrapbook.com, as I also had to reorder some of these things too. I had some, and they actually kind of broke after. They will break over time, but I mean, I've had mine for a number of years. So yeah, I guess over a repeated use, things break down. So anyway, I'm using this today. So once this is stuck down, you'll be able to just leave that on there. And so when you're ready to use these strips, then you can just peel that backing off. So I'm going to be using Tim Holtz, different types of inks. And I'm just going to get those out right now, which I should have already had out, and I didn't think about it until now. So I just want to say, wait until I get over there, really. But hang on a minute. I'm just going to grab a few out of here and see what I want to work with. How about this one? Oh, this one would be really pretty too. So I'm not really going for necessarily just the vintage, you know, tape necessarily. I'm going to go with different colors. Like I'm working with the Tim Holtz Distress Oxides and Shabby Shutters, saltwater taffy. This one is called Shaded Lilac. Let me put these here and there and everywhere. This one's called Milled Lavender. Wild Honey. Tea Dye. And the, I thought I had this in Oxide. I don't know, but this is the Vintage Photo. So this is like really, it'll really turn it very dark. So, I wanted these. So I got these now. So let's go ahead and start out with the tea dye one here. As you can see, it just kind of looks sort of like, well, to me it doesn't look like tea. It reminds me of chocolate milk. So I'm just going to really smoosh this around here, and we're going to go ahead and get some color down. We had our windows open earlier, but somebody apparently decided to go ahead and have a fire, outdoor fire. I'm not opposed to people doing that, but when I want to air out my house and enjoy the lovely day, then I am opposed to it. But anyway, but aside from that, we have a fire pit too. And, it's just going to happen anyway on a pretty day, whether it's a cloudy day, it doesn't matter. But anyway, whatever. So I'm not even going to wait for this to dry. I'm just going to go ahead and move on here. So we've used the tea dye. Now I'm going to move my thing over here. I'm going to move these around a little bit. I wanted to say thank you so much for all my new subscribers and for my current subscribers as well. I appreciate you so much. And here I was telling my husband, I said, wow, I'm getting subscribers and I haven't even updated my videos in a long, long time. And for that, I'm, gosh, I'm just... I do apologize for being so late with my videos. So now somebody is mowing. Oh gosh, I'm so glad I have my window closed for that guy over there because he has a riding lawnmower. We have a really large backyard and I wish that we could have a riding lawnmower as well. That would be so much better as a nice time saver. But we don't. We have a push mower. But hey, that's okay. It still works the same. But still, I would prefer to have a riding lawnmower. That would be nice. But now, I don't know. I've never ridden on one. I've never cut grass with one. So I'm not really sure what that would be like. That would be my husband's thing. What I like to do is I like to do weed eating. So that's my favorite thing to do. Yeah, I probably should have switched, things, but I'm not worried too much about me mixing colors. Now, if you prefer not to mix colors, then you might want to use different, sponge heads on here. And I'm not even super worried if this kind of blends in with that color, so I'm just not worried about that at all. And if you're wondering what this is, this blue paper here is kind of like a vellum, but maybe I shouldn't use it, but I needed something that would be see-through as well so I could see where I am on things. So now that we're done with that, I need to move this. This is a little bit time consuming, so this might be the only time consuming part of this particular project. But what I'm going to do with this is, I don't want to make my lines too huge because I want it to fit on this. That may not be perfect, but, you know, that's okay. That's no biggie. So, that was shaded lilac that I used, I think, yes. And now I'm going to use, I'm going to use wild honey. Oh, boy. That looks really mottled. What do you call it? Muddied? I don't know what you call it. Kind of reminds me of mustard. Yeah, it does remind me of mustard. I'm going to do a little bit something different with these as well. So I'm just kind of right now just trying to get this down. Let's see, on the next one I think I'm going to use vintage photos. So I'm going to go ahead and move these. And I do apologize if these are coming up like a different color on your screen, whether you're looking at it through your phone or your TV. Oh my. Well, can I not get it lined up? You know, that's the hardest thing I have trouble with, is getting things lined up. Well, anyway, so I'm still in the process of getting everything just the way I want it in my room. And I think that, oh yeah, that is way off. Okay, so I'm kind of going with the lines. You know, I don't think it's going to be perfect, but that's okay. No big deal. But as I was trying to get things put away and everything like that, I told my husband, I said, I really need to update my video. And he goes, well, you don't have to show everybody your room just yet. You know, you can do a video. So I thought, you know, duh, that's just what I need to do then, right? So what am I sitting at here? Okay, I see. I just want to kind of gauge my time a little bit better than I have been. So this is vintage photo, and yes, ooh, I think I will switch off. That's just a little bit too dark. So I'm starting with a new one here. Ooh. Okay, what happened? What happened here? This should be nice and juicy here, so I don't get this at all. I don't know, is that working out okay? Maybe it is, maybe it's not. I don't know. That one is pretty old that I do have, so that's, you know, I kind of think this one isn't working out as well. Let me see if I can find my oxide, because I did buy one that is an oxide ink. And for some reason or another, maybe I just didn't look good enough over here. But I just need to be able to find that. And no, it's not that one. Oh dear, so I'm going to have to look at it here a little bit. Is that it? That's the one I need right there. Okay, I just didn't look far enough. All right, finally. So actually, I probably need to throw away that particular. I've had this one for many moons. So I just need to get rid of that one. I'm also going to work with seedless preserves. This is also Tim Holtz. And so now I'm going to get this one out and work with this one. The oxide does seem to be a little bit lighter than the distress ink of the vintage photo. Not sure why that is, but oh yeah, this is a lot better. Much, much better here. Again, I'm not worried about this bleeding over to the other side. Not in the least, I'm not worried about that. So anyway, well, just can't seem to get that shut. Okay, so we've already used this one, and I think we already used the wild honey, so I want that kind of all set over there. I think that I used the shaded lilac. Yes, I did. Let's go with seedless preserves. This tends to be, well, this is a lighter color too, so I'm going to go ahead and switch off then and go to the other one. Now, of course, you can make your lines whatever size you want to make them. Now, this might even be better with tracing paper, but I don't. The only kind of tracing paper that my husband has the lines in it. And I thought I had some other tracing paper, but I don't. I've looked among all my stuff, and I just don't seem to have that at all. So I suppose if I really wanted it, I'd have to maybe order it or just go to my local craft store. Huh. My goodness, I could have left that on there. I don't know why I did that. But anyway, what I want to say was I hope everybody is doing okay. I'm doing fine aside from, just normal allergies. That's probably why my voice sounds a little bit kind of rough. It's just that mainly. Oh my goodness, that is very rich looking, isn't it? It's really going on just smooth as butter, really. I really love that. That is really, really a pretty color, and it kind of matches my pink right here. That's awesome. So I'm kind of just stacking these out of my way here because I've already used that one. Now, I haven't used saltwater taffy yet, so why don't I just put that back on there? I don't know why I did that. I worked yesterday, and I guess I didn't realize that how I woke up pretty early this morning. I didn't really need to. And, a little early for me anyway. I just felt like getting up and, but then later on after I had eaten breakfast, I got very sleepy again, so I just took a nap. I think I slept for about a good hour. So I guess I just needed that in a way, Oh my goodness, I moved. It moved. Let's see if we can get that centered up a little bit better. I don't know. Maybe like that. I should use this and kind of tack that one down so it doesn't move so readily. I am going to go ahead and change out on this. So this is just all Velcroed on here, so it's just very easy to remove these. I'm sure a lot of you have these. You might have the kind that's the Tim Holtz brand. I don't know. This just happens to be scrapbook. So anyway, that's what the saltwater taffy looks like. It's a real pretty color. To me, it reminds me of spring. Like I said, it's just an absolutely lovely day today. This weekend, of course, is Mother's Day. And then I get to work that day. So this will be the first time I've worked on a Mother's Day before. Because prior to me working in a retail store, I used to work with children. And so whatever days the teachers got off for holidays and, and everything, and weekends, I also got that off. So I worked as a tutor, and I tutored in many different subjects. So one of them being English. That was the very one I used to have trouble with when I was young. And reading and comprehension for me were the big ones. Really comprehending what I read was, difficult for me as a child. I think, some kids progress, maybe a little bit better than others. I just was kind of slow in that line there. But, so I helped with different things like that. So, let's see. This one is Shabby Shutters. Yeah, it's quite different working in a retail format. So I work as a cashier, and if I've never said that before, that's what I do. I'm a cashier. And one of the things I had to get used to doing was standing on my feet for X number of hours. I would probably be full-time, but I have a issue with my foot, and I just simply cannot do full-time anymore. The last time I worked a full-time job was probably, back when I did retail. Good gosh, that was a long time ago. I worked in a jewelry, basically the jewelry part of the store in a department store, I should say. We had to wear heels and about quarter inch heels. Oh, I couldn't do that now for nothing. Okay, so I have one more color that I'm going to work with here. And well, back then I didn't seem to mind, working in heels. Now I'd be like, no, thank you. I just would not be able to do that at all. Not anymore. And back then we had to wear dresses. So, yeah, that was lots of fun. I mean, back then it didn't bother me at all to stand. I could stand for long periods of time. It just didn't even bother me. Ew. Didn't bother me whatsoever. But now it would, of course. So now I'm going to put, oh heck, let's just go with this one. I hope I haven't been off camera. I do apologize if I do. This is called the milled lavender, and I'm not sure. I don't think I've used this yet. No, that was the taffy one I used. And that one was the lilac over there. Okay. Now on my phone, this is showing up very, very nicely. So, kind of working with afternoon sun. And I'm actually on the east side of my house. So, morning time would have been a lot better, probably. So this room faces east, northeast. Made me think of, what was that, North by Northwest, that movie by Alfred Hitchcock with Cary Grant and, what was that woman's name? I can't think of her name. Can't think of her name. It just escapes me. I have that DVD, Anyway, I would go ahead and just fill up this entire paper, but just to kind of save on time, I'm going to just do that much, okay? So, I can always use this paper as well for another project. I just, just use it as a guide more or less. So now I'm going to kind of let this dry. I'm going to try to let it dry anyway. And this kind of goes along with that. Now I did happen to throw away my, I will tell you how big this roll is here. This roll is approximately 3/4 of an inch wide. Okay, so it's approximate. And right there it says approximately. So that's what it is, and you can get it at scrapbook.com. Okay, I just wanted to show you that. I'm going to go ahead and throw that away because I don't need that particular backing, but that's why I didn't want to make these very wide, as you can see. So some of them might be wider, some of them might be smaller. It doesn't really matter. So, one of the things I did on another practice was when I made these, I used various, I used this. This is, to tell you the truth, I really don't know what this is. I got it in a crafting swap. Now, that has been many, many years ago, and it's very pretty, but it's very delicate. So I always thought to myself, what in the world is that? Do you use it for a template? Is it a stencil? Is it, I thought maybe it was a die cut thing. So I never really used it until I made some of these other ones here. So I just kind of did that, and I came up with different sorts of things here. Let me get out these other ones here. See, there you go. But this time around, I thought that I would do something a little bit different. Now, again, this is not completely dry. I don't think. It might be dry in places. So I'm going to go ahead and use this as kind of like a very light tack tape. Okay, so and I also got this from scrapbook.com. I buy a lot of my supplies through scrapbook.com if you want to know where I get my supplies from. Yes, I could probably, go through my local crafting store, but a lot of times I don't like to go on that end of town. I don't really have any reason to go on that end of town. And, well, yeah, that would be my reason, but that traffic over there, I don't enjoy traffic, so I try to avoid it at all costs. I'm terrible. I don't like driving in really crazy traffic. That's what I try to avoid. So that's probably why I buy a lot of my stuff online. So there you go. There it is in a nutshell. That is what I do. Anyway, so I need to, let me think. What do I need to get? Hang on a minute. I'll be right back. All right, I sort of repositioned this a little bit. So actually I want to work with this going the other opposite way. I do apologize if you hear my chair creaking a little bit here and there. It's just what it does. I'm not sure why it does it that way, but it just does. So now I'm going to, hopefully that won't go anywhere. So now I'm going to work with these particular stamps. I thought that was cute. Here's a little bee. Anytime I hold things up really close, my phone reminds me, please put that away. Get a better shot if you hold it farther away. This is a ladybug. Hang on just a second. Okay, I'm back. So I had to take a brief time. So I'm going to work with the little bee stamp, and as you can see, I'm using Stays On here, and it Stays On in jet black. If you hear more road noise right now, I've got my windows open because the smoke seems to have cleared. So I'm just going to be doing random things. I thought that I did that, but I guess I really have to kind of do it that way. So let's turn it this way a little bit more. That's a little bit much right there, so I'm going to kind of tap off there a little bit. So you can just kind of make a repeated design. I want it to go this way. So you kind of get an idea of what I'm talking about here. You can just, I find that when you're working with Stays On, it does a lot better on vellum. It's just the way this bee is oriented on this stamp, so it's kind of difficult just to get it. I'm not going to really be terribly worried about how this one is going on here, but I think you get an idea. That one didn't really turn out exactly the way I wanted it to be, but you know, I'm just saying that if you're going to work with a smaller type of color, you're going to want a smaller type of stamp. This is a very, very small stamp. Very, very dinky indeed. So let's go ahead and work with our ladybug. And this is a stamp I've just had for a very long time. You can use acrylic stamps as well, but I just happen to have this one. I've had this one for, gosh, a very long time here. So let's go ahead and get our ladybug going. There, that looks really cute. We can have some ladybugs going this way. We can have some ladybugs going this way here, maybe, with my left hand. Yeah, that's cute. Well, that one didn't turn out quite right, but you know, it's all okay, you know. It's nothing. I'm just giving you suggestions of what you can do. If you wanted to take a black pen or even a color pen, you could, as long as it's permanent ink, you know, that sort of thing, you could go ahead and use that and just draw a design on here if you wanted to. Obviously, my left hand is not as good as with pressure as my right hand is. So I just kind of do it like this. Do two of them like that. I don't really use this ladybug stamp that often, so I like having an excuse to use it then. So we'll just do that one like that. So there you go. It's more of kind of a repeated design. Let's go ahead. When you're working with Stays On, I will just kind of give you an idea that if you don't think that you've touched it in any way, shape, or form, you probably have at some point, just like I did right there. So when you work with this stuff, it's very permanent. So if you get it on here, it's going to stay. So this one is from Stampin' Up! From 2004, and it's just a rough day. And I just bought it out of kind of like a bin that they had at a flea market. I'll get it right in a minute here. So I'm going to just, let's see. I've not ever used this stamp, and I don't think it's ever been used. So we're just going to do it like that. Yes, and I'm taking up 2 spots there. So the dog is kind of in the purple. But I just thought this was a cute idea, or you can use a stencil and do it with a background. There we go. So that's what I basically wanted to show you with this. Like I said, you can use a stencil. Let's see. What would I want to use here? Let me go ahead and put this away here. Oh yeah, all that smoke smell is gone now. Thank you. It's just that sometimes smoke from fires makes me feel sick. I don't know how that works with me. That's the way it is. I don't know. Even if we have our own fire going outside, I have to be very careful about it. It's just, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just weird in that department, I think. It's just weird. But anyway, so I'm just going to kind of show you what, let's see here. Yeah, I think let's see if this has dried a little bit here. Yeah, that seems to be dry. I feel like some of that where the ladybug is there may not be totally dry, but with stays on you can usually like that one there. I thought that might have been still drying, but when I do this, it does pretty good. Yeah, it's not smearing or anything. That's the other thing. I was like, well, here I'm telling you what stays on does, and I wasn't too sure if it was going to work or not. Ooh, let's try it. Yeah, it seems to be fine. And that's the other stuff that was on there. So, okay, so I'm just going to cut this way here. I'm just going to take this off of here. I know that was probably TMI. Oh dear. Or you can just leave these with no decoration on them at all, and I'm probably not even getting that straight, but at this point I don't really care. So I just want to I should say the smell of smoke can make me kind of bother with me a little bit, bothers me, I guess. So let's see, we got that. We got the ladybugs. We have the little bees, which now if I was really going to be doing this as stuff I wanted to keep and use, I mean, I might still use this in a journal. I'm not sure. That's what it looks like on the other side, and that's what it looks like on that side. Right now, all I smell is freshly cut grass, which that smells okay. Ugh. Why did I go that way for? I don't know. I don't think I can cut a straight line, to tell you the truth, so I'm just gonna, that's not terrible. Okay, I'm gonna leave that part out, And then what I'm going to do is, oh, I was wondering where my tape was. It's just right here. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to, oh my gosh, this is very, very sticky. I will just let you know right here and now, this is some sticky stuff. Let's just call it what it is. Why does that bug me that scrapbook.com was upside down? Well, I guess it's not going to be perfectly straight, is it? But I could probably make it a little bit straighter. Oh yeah. Let's do that, shall we? I can still cut part of that off and even that up a little bit. I just, you know, I need to be a little bit more consistent with my videos, and I realize that I have not been doing that. So there you go. I have no other excuse. You know, life happens and you mean well, you mean to do better, but then it doesn't happen. So anyway, this is what I mean. This is, if I use this particular tape here, this would be automatically sticky. That would have been sticky on that side, and you would have had to use it right away. So with this, you can peel this off anytime, or you can just cut it however you need to cut it. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to leave that as it is there. So, oops, there I go. I shouldn't have done that. Sorry if I bumped you, made you feel like you're going to fall out of your chair. So let's go ahead and try this one here. That is the back side on that. And I'm just going to oops. I knew I did that. I was trying to be oh so careful. And no, I wasn't careful enough, was I? Nope. Oh, well, you know, it's just not the end of the world, you know. Everything for me used to have to be I used to have to be a little Miss Perfect on everything, but I find that I'm not perfect. I think my mother kind of put that in my mind as a little girl. She goes, no, you got to do it this way. But I am not perfect in any means at all. So you're probably wondering now, how would you use this particular thing? Well, glad you asked. You can use it in various ways, which I'll show you here in a minute. Like the old tape look here. I know I'm not being real perfect with this, but that's okay. I guess I just didn't want there to be any tape on the other side to show through, so I just wanted to get a little bit more even here. There we go. Okay. I didn't want to waste too much of that tape. So anyway. So I'm just going to use this page here like I did before, and this kind of shows you, but like with this one, I used that other sticky tape, which I obviously don't like. So the happy bee, oh my goodness, let's, a little Miss Tulip. Anyway, so this is what you can do with this. You don't have to be perfect with this or anything. You can even tear it. So that tape tears really easily. So then what you do is, let's see if I can cut that. Well, not like this, but I just don't want it sticking over on the other side too much. Oh my gosh. How much of this was I not on camera? I don't know. But anyway, let's hope this works. Ugh. Oh great, now I don't have any nails. Ah, there, I finally got that off of there. So the neat thing about this is you can see through the thing, and you can make it as old-fashioned as you want. Like if I wanted to, I could have, wait a minute, where'd it go? Is this it? It might be it. So like if I wanted to even, is it this one? No, it's not that one. Okay, let's just use the tea dye. Let's just use this as an example. Say you wanted to use that color, but you wanted to make it look a little bit more distressed. Wait a minute, where's the thingamabob? You know what? I didn't have to do that because I have one here. Oh my gosh, really? Ugh. You don't have to freak out, Mary. You don't have to freak out. So like if you wanted to add a little bit more of that to it, you could. See? Or if you just had words on here, you know. You could make that look a little bit more distressed. See? Or you could even do it a very light brushing over there if you wanted to, just kind of. I'm just trying to give you some ideas of what you could do. So, now then, I just got another thought in my head. I'm going to see if I can't. I'm going to pause you for a moment because, oh my gosh. Well, I'm telling you, where has the time gone? Hang on just a second. There I go again. I just keep hitting you guys all over the place. So anyway, remember the little happy bee. So now this is what I thought of to do. This is my thought anyway. Let's see how well this works. I'm not sure for sure if this is going to work or not. So let's give it a try, shall we? So like if you wanted to make your own words. I mean, you know, where I had to cut that had to be there too, don't you know? Ah. This stuff is really sticky. So now let's see here. You know, once I put this down, it's going to be very sticky, sticky, sticky. So, okay. So it's not perfect. But what is, right? So like if we wanted to, okay. Let's see. Let's just add some, I know this is not any little rhyme or reason here. I'm just going to kind of play with this a little bit and see what we come up with. Like on top of there. Do you see what I'm doing here? You're probably thinking, what, right now, Mary, you're just making a mess. Well, That could be, that could be. I don't know. Maybe I am making a mess. Let's just kind of, these are like really old vintage pages here. Dance, and then dancing in the sun and sing my buzzing song. Oh, that's cute. Anyway, oh dear, I see what I did. It's terrible. Just terrible. So I'm just gonna stick things here and there. Let's see how this works out. Oh, I even went over that. You know what? I'm not gonna worry about it. You're probably thinking you just messed it up. Well, that's the beauty of junk journals. You can just do what you want to do. So now that I have done this, I kind of even like that. So then what you would do is just cut that away, the little extra pieces. I don't know, just came into my mind. I can't help it. Yes, and I did have some caffeine today. I'm not really supposed to have too much. I can have caffeine as long as I don't have too much. Because I guess caffeine isn't good for me, so. What else is new, right? So anyway, then I've got this cute little gadget. And now I'm going to proceed to try to, well, wait a minute, let's do this here. So now we've made some ephemera, but made it into like a sticker, right? So actually, I wouldn't have to undo that or anything, right? And you've made this into a neat little sticker that you can use at another time. I mean, that really just has no rhyme or reason or anything, but you can just take whatever these little old book pages and just have fun with this, the double sticky tape. Let's see, you know, if you just wanted a little bit of music, say, let's just go ahead and tear into that. Oh, I'm kind of tearing into that as well. Oh well. That's making it a little bit more rigid, but let's go ahead and just do that then. Okay, so I'm glad I thought of this idea. I like this idea. I sure do. I sure do. Okay, so I like when ideas just sort of pop in my brain. I am not going to worry that scrapbook word is upside down. I'm just not going to worry about it. I'm just not going to worry about it. So there we go. Oh man, this stuff is extremely sticky. That's what I'm finding out. So say you just wanted to have a little bit of, you know, music on here, and I know I just tore that, but you can kind of go around it here a little bit. Kind of round that off. Oh my gosh, it's sticking. It's sticking to my scissors, people. When they say this is the stickiest stuff, well, believe it, let me tell you. And nobody paid me to say that. Ugh. I mean, you know, it's easy to cut, but it will stick to your your scissors. Well, let's just say if you're making stickers, it better stick, right? There's nothing more irritating as, you know what I think is irritating is when you buy something and you think, oh, good. They say, oh, these stickers are so good to use, you know. Then you get them home, then you end up having to add your own glue to them to make them really stick. I can't stand that. So now, my goodness, I just can't even get that off my fingers. So say I wanted to tear that, I could, you know, if I really wanted to. So now I can take a little bit of whatever was on here, probably the tea dye thing, and I can make this as vintage as I want to. See? See what you can do with that. That is just too cool. And you just make your own sticker however you want to do it. Very vintagey, isn't it? If you played that on a piano, what would that sound like? I don't even know. I don't play piano. I had an organ, a small organ, when I was a child, and I learned how to play that, oddly enough. And I learned how to, I have an auto harp, but I can play a little bit of that. And that thing is vintage, let me tell you. I won't say how old it is. You're like, oh, come on, come on. No, 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 no. I don't want to say how old it is. Anyway, so I'm just having too much fun with this. I think I kind of like this better than doing the other. Well, anyway, before this gets too long and I go into another hour, I just want to show you all the different things that you can do with vellum. Now, this is with vellum, and this is with the double sticky tape here. So, I hope that you enjoyed today's video. If you like my videos and you'd like to see more of my videos, and I don't like to make promises because I don't want to, I feel like I break my promises. But if you like this video and you'd like to see more of my work, then please give me a thumbs up. That always helps. And a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I appreciate you so much. Thank you for coming by. And if you've stuck with me all this time, then I really, really appreciate it. Alrighty. Bye-bye. Have a good evening and a good day. Bye-bye.